Yes, anybody heard about this guanxi? We talk a lot. Guanxi. Guanxi is a Chinese term meaning relationships. In business, it's commonly referred to as networks or connections that used to open doors for new business and facilitate deals. A person who has a lot of guanxi will be in better position to generate business than someone who lacks it. Alisa Chang, anyone know this brand or this celebrity? Ah, Dr. Josie.
I love her.
You love her?
Yeah, I think she's really cool.
Really cool, right? Yeah, so she's a British writer, blogger, television presenter, internet personality, model, and fashion designer. She got her own brand, it's called so-called Alisa Chung. And so they try to communicate with the press by themselves in the Western way. Unfortunately, it didn't work. So I got in, helped them, and at the end I achieved this full page, it's A4 size, full page magazine interview for free. How I work it, just like I mentioned before, be friends, engage, and socialize, gifting, and benefit. Right, so this is the last session for today. This is for you guys, because back to 7 years ago, I was in the same position. So I know exactly what you're going through right now. So just want to share with you some life experience. According to very quick research online, the 3 most common challenge master students face is managing finances, mental health, and how to prepare for the future. Unfortunately, I could not help for the first 2 ones, managing finances and mental health. But I can share my experience to help you how to get better for the future. There are lots of challenges that international students face nowadays: culture shock, financial difficulties, feeling homesick, language difficulties, making friends. So some suggestion here. Also, look, this is also my personal experience, so you may find it resonant or not. So I feel like these are the things, the skills that employers are looking for. So there are something in common, but then for the UK, I feel like, so please correct me if I'm wrong, the candidate need to be good at negotiation and persuasion, confidence, and critical thinking, work efficiently within your working hours, you have work-life balance. But in China, it's a completely different scenario. You cannot stand out. If you are new to the company or new to the team, you need to be humble. So I always like, okay, how can I help? Like, always ask your leader, how can you help? You can't stand out too much until you become more senior in the company. There are lots of office politics in the Chinese company, unfortunately. Lots of my friends look at their everyday job. They're not doing the actual work. They're dealing with the office politics. Really sad, especially for big organizations. You need to work overtime in China. Unfortunately, you won't get paid, but you have to work overtime. Otherwise, your leader will think, oh, you don't have too much work to do. I'll give you more work. You cannot leave before your leader leaves. Otherwise, it's really unrespectful. You need to be available 24/7, always on your phone, always replying message. But there are something I find it in common in both countries. Problem solving. You cannot present lots of problems to your leader. Your leader knows there are lots of problems. He knows it. He wants to learn about solution. He wants to hear about suggestion. He got enough problem to solve. So please present suggestion instead of problem. Teamwork and collaboration, professionalism and strong work ethic, oral and written communication skills. Right. I think it's very important to know how to write email in a business way. And if there are leaders in the company, leader A is more senior to leader B, that you need to, when you do the CC copy, you need to put the more important person at the front and the least important person at the back. Persuasion and motivation. Wow. In Chinese, we have a saying, it's like, if you don't deserve the best if you don't accept the worst. Make an example. So in the marketing and PR world, we always have fancy events to go to. fashion shows, fancy event, you dress well with makeup and hairstyle, with a glass of champagne holding on your hand, smile like this. But actually, in order to prepare for the event, it usually takes us 3 to 6 months time to get it prepared. Lots of time you don't do any makeup, you don't even have time to take care of your hairstyle, you just work on the desk and the office, prepare for the press release, checking out venues, talking to suppliers, look at the decoration, and that's the thing that nobody knows. But when you get to the events, you will enjoy it more because lots of hard work. And finally is the question time. I'm great at timing. Is 40. Question.
Guys and girls, any questions?
Any question, please?
When you joined Ogilvy, was it difficult for you to adjust to the work culture because you were new to it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Because my bachelor's degree is not marketing, it's Chinese medicine. Lots of people ask me, how can you get into Ogilvy if you don't have a marketing background in education? Luckily, my suggestion is right after graduation, your first career is very important. That your first career probably will decide where you will go for the next 10 years. So lots of great companies, they would like to give fresh graduate opportunities, even though you are not from that background. But they would like to give you opportunity, like to get you on the trainee program. So you do have chances to get to amazing companies. And for great companies like Ogilvy, they have amazing trainee program. They offer you lots of things to learn. So you will work with senior colleagues on the actual projects. They will guide you through the whole process. You gain actual experience. And also you will join lots of company culture day. Day in, day out, you can engage with your colleagues in the local office or in the office in other cities or even other countries. Offer you training, whether it's digital or practical training. So I think all this training will make you feel more confident to work in the company, even though you're fresh graduate, even though you don't have the similar background of the education. That's why I suggest the first career is very important. You better take more time to look for the first career than just get whatever job you can get. I think that's my advice. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Company experience early in the career. Wait mid-career, you won't get it. They don't mind that, you don't really don't mind what you're doing. And the place my program is fantastic training. Facilities, all the great PR companies have fantastic training facilities. They don't mind. They want enthusiasm, they want chemistry to be able to work with people. And they want to see yourself as that place. Get your blue chip experience early, and if you're going to see me forever, and at the door below. You won't be able to open blue chip experience mid-career very easily unless you've done something fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely. Thank you.
So if I understand, well, you're working now as a freelance.
I got my own company, so we got offices in Shanghai and London.
Okay, so like it's your own business.
Yes.
So why did you choose to do that? And not like working as your, I don't know, bigger company, which you have never been to do the same
Yeah.
multicultural work.
Yeah.
So why did you choose to do that?
Great question. Well, actually, before I founded my own company, I never thought about becoming an entrepreneur. That's not something in my mind. I always imagine myself wearing high heels, nice clothes, walk into this Fortune 500 company and nice building, nice office. That's true. But nowadays, the international students in a better position than where I am back to 2014. We didn't have the PSW visa. Have you heard about that visa? So at that time, we don't have that visa that enabled me to stay after graduation, after I finished my student life in university. So, but I love the UK so much. Like, I'm not sure about you guys. I love English since age 7. I don't know why. I love the language. I love the sound. It's so romantic. So I love the culture here. I know. I just like, oh my. So whenever I went back to China for business trip for a few months, if I don't hear English, I feel like, oh my God, I miss the sound of it. And then I would go to Starbucks because that's where Westerners are. So I just hear them chatting so that I can hear English. I feel like, oh, I feel better now. So I love London, so I want to stay. And I look at the government website. I feel like I'm an immigrant expert now for tier 1, tier 2, tier 5, tier 4, spouse visa. I know all the visa types, and I think the entrepreneur visa is the best for me. That's why I go for this route. And once I decided to become an entrepreneur because of visa, I found myself just falling in love in it because I come from China, so and then because of Brexit, I feel like UK would like to have a stronger relationship with the Far East, like Singapore, Japan, Hong Kong, Taiwan, mainland China, and as I was not born in this country, English is not even my native language. In order for me to survive in this country, I feel like I have to do something that make me special, and that's linking UK and China. If I'm just doing a normal job, there's no relationship with China or Chinese community at all, I feel like I cannot survive in this competitive country. That's why I am doing what I am. And once I began doing it since 2017, I realized this is not just a job to give me financial income. This is a meaningful job. Just like I mentioned, there are so many misunderstandings between UK and China. And I find it fascinating to solve my clients' problem, to help them to understand a little bit more about the different country. I find it meaningful, and that's why I just keep doing it for 5 years now. I love sharing.
Seeing your description of the Chinese media culture alone, I mean, there are huge, almost impenetrable barriers for companies to be able to get into the Chinese market unless there are mechanisms for opening up the doorways. To understand the Chinese market, you need to be able to understand China. China is huge economy, and a very growing economy, even if it's becoming the world quite quickly. And it's a different culture in many ways. It's all of being controlled and regulated in a like more authoritarian way than we have in this country. It's a very aging population. And also the economy is equally distributed across China. So around the Darien Peninsula, around Shanghai, Beijing, it's very wealthy. It's full of young people who are full of energy. But they're part of a Confucius culture. They haven't necessarily born there. They've come from other parts of China maybe, and migrated to that part of China where the economy is booming. And they live in a very westernized lifestyle. Their parents and other members of the family will probably be living in tier 2 and tier 3 parts of the economy. But they have huge respect for elderly people, and the Confucius society needs to have, as you described, huge respect for each other, and the protection of each other is very important. And they are the most connected digitally country in the world. So if you want to influence somebody, you use the most influential thing you've got, which is people. And people will influence their parents, for example, through the fact they're talking to their parents regularly. Many people have children that are not bringing up the children in China, for example. The children are brought up by their grandparents, but they keep the relationship going with those children through the internet, through connections, through social media. And of course they send food parcels and they send presents to their grandparents all the time. And they want to keep the family going. Now, we don't understand all this in the West, so we don't see it. So the capacity to be able to influence China and to be able to penetrate not just fashion, high-end markets for people who are very beautiful and elegant, but this sort of consumer products we want aspiring to put into China. You need to understand how you can get the adoption of those brands, Western brands in other parts of China. might get easy adoption for Western brands in the developed part of Tier 1 economy. Trying to penetrate the wider, huge market means you need trailblazers to be able to deal with that. And most people in China are not in that tiny developed area, and they're resistant to Western brands. They prefer indigenous brands. So if you want to try and get the adoption of more Western-style brands, you need to get people that are happy with Western brands to influence other people within China. And we've got absolutely people like yourself have got a fantastic opportunity to do that. By able to help the engineering to make the communication work. Communication is going to be most powerful within the social channels of communication which already exist if we understand how to do that and understand how to influence the influencers, which are going to be the young people and the people in that part of the economy. So China is a massive opportunity for the world, provided you've got people like yourself who understand the mechanics and the nature and the character of the infrastructure and the culture within China, and how communication works. So we sit here arrogantly thinking we do great ads and brilliant stuff on Instagram, but actually we're not doing the job properly. We're not pulling back the curtain to understand the most important, fast-growing economic opportunities that the world offers us. So we need people that understand this and that are potentially trailblazers. Wait till we do this. I'm going to in London because you're going to open the door for people. I'm too old, I'll be retired, but I wish I was your age because I would be driving forward. Mandarin and
No, you're my guru. There's so much to learn from you. Yes, it's how amazing. You're not old. Oh, I love it. Love to hear more about your story.
It's your story, all those things. There is stuff in China to understand why you're doing something that gives you potential to be able to act as a trailblazer and as a scout into the Chinese market. Because even our big agencies are going into China, and London is the world's global centre for communication strategy. We've got two centres, really, it's New York, but that's just North America. But we're looking towards the world, really, and China's the world at this point. So our agencies are over here in China because they need to be to go all this Chinese market.
Yes, I just wish like the whole world can be communicate better. There are so many misunderstandings nowadays. Lots of problems creating because of miscommunication and misunderstanding. Sometimes the rumor just, I don't know, go out from nowhere. And I feel like my job is more like educational to my clients. Lots of time, my UK client or Chinese client always ask me questions that is absolutely not accurate at all, and I'm the one to trying my best. Although I'm probably not quite an influential person nowadays, not like in politics, but trying my best to help solve even one misunderstanding for one person. I find that it's already meaningful. So I feel like finding out your passion and why you want to do that is very important for graduates. Yeah.
How do you bridge, as you say, that the apps that are being used in China and are completely different?
Yeah.
How do you bridge the gap, because China, I believe, is advanced in technology-wise in terms of apps and software. So how do you bridge that gap between that?
Oh, interesting. So nowadays, just like Graham mentioned, because lots of brands looking to tap into different country. So now I can see the trends. More and more UK or European brands having account in the Chinese app. WeChat, Little Red Book, Douyin, Weibo. And more Chinese brands have account on the Western brands. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. So I can see the trends. They try to communicate, and of course, for the content-wise, it has to be localization. So for the UK brands, even though they have an account in China, but then the message is more like for the Chinese audience. But yes, that's a very interesting trends. And especially, I can see more and more Chinese brands are doing that. I get more and more inquiries nowadays because of COVID. So people cannot travel. not as much as before. So they heavily rely on social media. So now I get more and more inquiries from Chinese clients saying, Yuri, how can we run an account on Instagram, on YouTube? How can we reach out to the influencer on YouTube and Instagram? So I can see the trend. Any more questions? I love questions. I love interaction. Yes, please.
Can you give us an example of like the biggest challenge you faced and how you overcame that?
Wow, lots of challenges. The biggest.
Or the thing you're most proud of that you've achieved.
I'm just quickly going through my mind because running a business has lots of challenges, so they're all big to me. I would say the pandemic, because marketing and PR agency, the way we survive, we survive by serving our clients. So when the pandemic came, lots of our clients, they belong to the retail sector, like fashion, luxury. They have to close their doors, close their shops. And if their company doesn't have the international approach, they probably cannot sell overseas either. So I can see lots of my clients, like when bankrupt, or just suddenly don't have any marketing budget anymore, just have to cut everything. And if my clients cannot survive, we as a marketing and PR agency, we cannot survive either. So I think pandemic is hit the marketing and PR industry a lot. Especially with the lockdown restriction, we cannot do events. Events bring lots of revenue to our company, probably 80%. Because when before COVID, we do lots of events. We run fashion shows for clients, presentations, dinner or carpet or anything like that. But when the pandemic came, we cannot do any of it, and this occupies 80% of our revenue. So I got really hard time from 2020 to 2021. But I'm not sure whether they're saying in English, but we have a saying in Chinese saying, for every challenges or every problems, you can see opportunity. So the opportunity comes with digital marketing and social media. Yes, we cannot do events, offline events anymore, but that just because we can't do that, we can't travel, that's why more and more clients got in touch and asked about how can we do more digitally? How can we do more on social media? How can we set up account on these social media channels in other country? That's why we got the boss sit down, the down jacket brand. We got the celebrity seating with Amelia Spencer and Lisa Spencer. This is all came after COVID. So we need to adapt to the new world every day. Need to see what the trend is, and we need to figure out new solution. So
Where do you see your new solutions coming from? Where do you see your biggest market opportunity?
nowadays,
Yeah.
it's the influencer and still the influencer and celebrity seeding.
I thought you would be wanting to talk to some of the medium-sized agencies who will hopefully be able to get the expertise to be able to help their clients go beyond where their current markets might be into China.
Yeah.
My background is studying how agencies work in alliances. The short-term strategic capacity to be able to deliver a campaign is usually about putting together different sorts of agencies, including specialist PR agencies that can cope with China.
Yeah.
So there might be advertising agencies, agencies, content generation agencies. So if you're working if you can tap into part of the network, become part of that short-term network to support a client to do something, you can bring something special as you can. You become part of that network. Bingo, you then are involved in an opportunity which makes a bigger campaign able to go further. So that's what I would be perhaps thinking.
Wow.
The next opportunities are really marketers and networks talk to some of the agencies that are strong in China and say, you can white label my agency to your client and put your capacity to be in China in a more powerful way in front of the client. We can do it because I can help you. So as well as trying to canvas for new business, I think you've got a most amazing opportunity. Because London works because of the huge range of small agencies and big agencies in London, and they put together networks all the time. So the filmmakers, the people that hire the deliver from the campaign cycle, maybe 12-month cycle, depending on what the actual spend is and what the ambitions are and the market conditions. Communications objectives, support market objectives about how much you want to sell, where you want to sell it, and what you have to do to influence the market and shape the mindset, the hearts and minds of the people in those marketplaces who are the key stakeholder groups that you have to influence. So you've got trailblazing opportunities here.
There you go, Graham. Thank you. We actually have been doing that. Yes, since last year.
If you're in business, you're going to turn over every stone you possibly can to look
I
for
know.
opportunities. So you're not going to waste. You're not going to lie awake at night thinking about where you could do
Yeah.
something and do it better. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you're doing everything and more than that.
You're great. You are very entrepreneurial, I can see.
I spent 10 years in a very entrepreneurial.
Wow.
And
Amazing.
it's always in your blood, I'm afraid.
Yes.
You're hungry for business.
I know.
You look for opportunities.
I know.
You're light all the time. It's either in your blood or in your
Yes, I can see from your eyes.
Life when you started talking about it.
Yes, so we do have more interesting videos. Take a picture and scan the QR code. You can see the YouTube video. The first one about live streaming shopping. So you can find out this is the main trends nowadays in China to push up sales. Take a quick picture if you like. And other videos about business dining etiquette. Where do we sit in where we're having a business meeting with Chinese and who pay for it, etc. And how to do PR in China, how to do it right. So that's it today. And I would love to say thank you again for Ash, Josie Davis, Dr. Josie, Graham. Thank you so much for having me. And if you want to get in touch, this is my contact details. There's a saying in the Bible I love the most. I would like to share with you. Those who sow in tears shall reap in joy. Have you heard about it?
Yeah.
So best wishes for your bright future. The future is all yours.
Thank you so much, Shirley.
Thank you.